And who said dreams do not come true? Well, at a theater where it is mass-produced, the believers halted in mauve and yellow after a jaw-dropping exchanges up the mountain. Whereas down south, it was nothing short of football ecstasy, head-turning amidst manic emotions when the mighty oak tree begged to produce enough shade for all its faithfuls in that Accra derby, setting an idyllic atmosphere to receive their flinty rivals this weekend for the first leg of Ghana's own El Clasico. The momentum is mind-boggling and beyond one's imaginations as we count down to match day 6 of the ongoing 2019-2020 Ghana Premier League season. So just don't sit on the fence. Join the fray as we serve our sumptuous game to the world at large on the beautiful game with me, Abigail Senasosu. This is the beautiful game with me, Abigail Senasosu. And as usual, a very big thank you to Golden Hill Soccer Academy. Guess what? Yes, now we have options for females who also love to play football. And so you can contact us on our numbers. And also to Salma Couture for my beautiful attire today again. ESK Collections took time to make me up for today, and I'm most grateful. And so it is that particular weekend when Accra is at a halt because, yes, it is time for Ghana's own version of the El Clasico coming on this weekend. It is Accra Hearts against Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO, and that is the only game that's going to be played on Sunday, so all attention will go there. But we'll also touch on the big ones that are going to be played on Saturday. This weekend also starts on Friday with 2 games at the Accra Sports Stadium. Well, it's a special edition of the beautiful game because this weekend is just special. Christmas came again in January because we are going to have our own version of the El Clasico. In that light, I also have a very special guest with me. In the 2008-2009 season, he was the top scorer with Tema Youth, moved to Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO in 2009 and won the 2011-2012 championship with them, then moved to Accra Hearts and Great Olympics. And so he equaled Dutch Stella's record to have played for 3 traditional clubs. With me in the studio today is Eduardo Fum. Phobia. Phobia. Fabulous.
The best.
Fabulous.
The best.
Okay. I know where you are now, so let's give it that. Your response is good enough for my viewers and I to decide. Or Abi is the second one.
What?
You are with the second one, eh?
No.
So phobia. Phobia. Fabulous.
The best.
Thank you very much for your time, Eddie.
You're welcome.
This is Ghana Premier League after match day 6. I know you took part in the normalization. So far, you have watched some games. How has it gone for you?
Well, I think everything is moving on well. So for me, I think it's best.
Watching your colleagues playing, the games that you have watched, what have you noticed?
They are all doing well, so I'm cool with them.
And we are going to talk about the El Clasico that I know you have participated for both sides. You tell us how it feels to be in the rainbow against the Reds and in the Reds against the rainbow. Tell us briefly, how is that experience like to have played for both sides?
I think before I would say something, it wasn't easy at all for you to even play these 2 clubs. I think playing against Kotoko or playing against us, you will feel the pressure. When you are eating, you feel it. When you are sleeping, you feel it. Walking, you feel it. So I think throughout the whole week, it's full of pressure.
So that pressure is not leaving us anytime soon because we are still gunning to that big one on Sunday between Accra Hearts and Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO at the Accra Sports Stadium. But before we delve deep into that game and other games, let's see what happened in match day 5 at the Theatre of Dreams. Dreams FC halted Mediama by beating them 1-0. And Inter Allies also held West African Football Academy at the Accra Sports Stadium where they shared spoils. Elmina Sharks also were held by Great Olympics. Karila United also drew with Kumasi-based King Faisal. Aduana Stars beat Legon Cities by 2-0. Bechem United in a later fixture also beat 11 Wonders by a lone goal. Ash Gold were beaten by Brekum Chelsea. Brekum Chelsea shooting down all the big ones also did it in Obuasi. Then in Dansoman, a little miracle happened when House of Folk came from a goal down to beat Liberty Professionals by 2-1. Did you watch that game?
No, I didn't watch it, but I followed the commentary.
And how did you feel? Did they remind you of anything with Heart of Oak?
Yeah, I was happy for them because, as you can see, the current coach was my coach, so I was so happy for him to beat Liberty Professionals. And you know, when I was playing for Hasselfolk, I always score Liberty. When I was playing for Tema Youth, I always score Liberty. Kotoko, I always score them. So I think I was so happy.
You were happy for Accra to work, but let's look at other results. This season, a lot of people didn't give Bekum Chelsea that chance, but they have beaten Hartlepool, they have beaten your Kotoko, so your two clubs have been beaten by the same Chelsea, and then they beat Ashgold.
Well, I think they are doing something, and I think it's working for them. You know, as any club, you need experienced players.
Yeah.
And as you can see now, they are experienced players, they are all back.
Yeah.
So I think that is helping them.
So you think that that blend is really going well?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Bekum Chelsea not giving us any breathing space, neither are they relenting. So let's see how the league log is after match day 5. They lead the pack with 13 points. Aduana Stars are second on 12 points. Medium SC, after being beaten for the first time this season, are third with 10 points. Ashanti Gold moved to the 4th spot, also on 10 points. Dreams FC, still among the top 6, are 5th with 10 points. Bechem United moved to 6th, also on 10 points. ASANTE Kotoko are 7th on 9 points. 8th, our West Africa Football Academy, also on 9 points. Accra Hartlepool are also 9th with 7 points. Liberty Professionals are 10th on 6 points. Elmina Sharks also 11th on 6 points. Karela United 12th with just 5 points. Great Olympics and Inter Allies in that order, also all on 4 points. Legon Cities are 15th with 3 points. 11 Wonders are 16th, also on 3 points. King Faisal are 17th with just 2 points. And Ebusian Dwarves are yet to get a point from this league. After match day 5, Ebusian Dwarves, what is happening? They've changed coaches though, but it's still not going well.
You need to expect that, because always changing coaches, problem here and there. I mean, I think that is why.
But Hartlepool changed coach and it's working, so it's not always a bad thing to change coach.
For my former coach, I know what he can do. So for me, I think it's normal.
But for Dwarves, you think there's a problem?
Yeah, there's a problem, big problem over there.
So we'll wait to see if Emotional Dwarves can lift themselves up and join the party, because it looks like they are lost down there. But we are gunning to the big one, and it's been a lot of talk this week with both sides ready to face each other down south in Accra. That moment when Accra is at a halt because the big guns are playing. You're still on a beautiful game with me, Abigail Senasoso, and a big thank you to Big Depot giving us drinks, food, cakes, however you want it. Golden Hill Soccer Academy, we have enjoyed immense support from you. And Salma Couture, I'm grateful also for my attire. Let's talk about your days at Hartlepool. Preparing for a big game like this against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That week, what exactly goes on? How is it like?
Playing Kotoko. If I say has camp, or down there. You can't sleep.
Sleepless nights.
You can't. When you eat, it's all about Kotoko. When you eat, it's all about Kotoko. Drink is all about Kotoko. Bathing is all about Kotoko. Do you know why?
No, tell us.
Because has empese ne 4-0 na or share Kotoko. Kotoko will overcome that result. Do you understand?
Yeah. So it's for just for that pride, just to have that bragging right, so you won't sleep.
Yeah. You can't.
So which Kotoko game did you play? At the end of the day, you told yourself that today I am satisfied. I feel I have played football.
Well, when it comes to Kotoko and Has,
yeah, when you were at Has, when you played against Kotoko, which game did you say that, God, today I have played a very good game?
Well, I can say when I was playing for Kotoko, I scored 2 goals. Kumasi, I think they disallowed 1 goal. And that match, it was me and Buampon. Reminded Bequin and Kuma. That very day.
Now Bequin, now Kuma.
Yeah, and I think that day, Buampon was like,
was policing you.
Today, I will take your Rasta one. I will send it to Accra. And I was like, Buampon, you can't. So you'll be a who dressing room before
coming out
field in so. And that match, Bobby and Fabia or the maybe two. And that match, I think that match was my best game.
Okay, here we are on the beautiful game, recounting some good days with former Hearts of Oak, former Kumasi Asante Kotoko, former Temo Youth, former Great Olympics legend. I think that one of the great forwards we have had when it comes to our local game. But cross carpets to the other side, and we spoke to one man that smiled just at the mention of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He feels so proud to have been a part of such a great club when Kumasi Asante Kotoko played Cape Coast Vipers. They also saw him and said, you can't score us and let you go. So he joined Kumasi Asante Kotoko and he broke the net at a point to earn him the name Infum Titinet. We are talking about Wilberforce Infum, a force to reckon with when it comes to Ghana football. Kumasi Asante Kotoko and the Black Stars of Ghana. Let's hear from him.
My name is Wilberforce Kojo Infum. I started playing Asante Kotoko in 1957, August 1957. Since then, I've been with Kotoko before I left 1968 for US. I played Kotoko for almost about 13 good years. It was a match between Cape Coast Vipers and Asante Kotoko at Aguna Biakwa. I was then in commercial school. So Cape Coast Vipers came and asked me to go and play for them. And I did. And through that game at Aguna Biakwa, just almost about 13 miles away from Aguna's radio. And through that game, Kotoko became interested in me because I scored 2 of the goals that Vipers beat Kotoko 2-1. This is all after playing Kotoko for so long and also playing for the national team, which is Black Star. There was a game between Ghana and Tunisia, that's AFCON, which was staged at Accra Sports Stadium, of which I broke the net. And that became my nickname, Net Breaker. And also I was having another title called Bulldozer. Because when I'm going with the ball very hardly, you can take the ball away from me. That was the game between Kotoko and Hazofok at Kumasi Sports Stadium, a league match. That ended in 6-5 against Accra Hazofok. It's always very hard for Hazofok to beat Kotoko because we were having some players like Mohamed Salisu, if you have heard his name, and Babayala, Mfum, Asebi Buachi, Kwame Adakwa. All these players were very, very good. And Kotoko, forward line, everybody can score a goal. The match started at Kumasi, and Hazofok scored 2 goals within 10 minutes. By playing that, they added another goal to make it 3 goals to Kotoko. And we went to the first half with Kotoko down by 3. Second half, we came back to resume the second half. And anytime Kotoko, there was a man who played Toto Sansan. That man is no longer exists. He died some years back. When he plays that Toto Sansan, it brings us life, and the whole crowd were singing Ukumatuma Apimbeba and Kotoko. Then we redeemed 1-3. It became 2-3 and became 3-3. Hazofok scores another 2 quick goals, just about 15 minutes. to full time. And Kotoko, when you are playing Kotoko, and the referee hasn't whistled for full time one, don't think that Kotoko will go home with a defeat. Within 5 minutes, we scored 2 quick goals to make it 6-5. House of Folk were very hard to be beaten, but Kotoko always beat House of Folk in Kumasi. Then when you come to Accra, we beat them too. So it's a tension match between these two teams. You can't always say House of Folk is going to win or Kotoko is going to win. Our time, definitely, when we are playing, House of Folk will be beaten. But this time, that week, when you are eating, sleeping, you'll be dreaming about the game. Because it's a really tension match that everybody expects House of Folk to win. Kotoko supporters also expect Kotoko to win. You go to training, the training is fully packed with the fans, both teams. When you go to their stadium today to watch their training, the whole story they'll be talking about is Kotoko House, Kotoko House. So as a player, when you go to sleep, you have to pray to God that God will help you to be physically fit before the game, so that you don't get hurt, you don't all you'll be thinking about is House Kotoko, House Kotoko. So God will help you to remain as strong as you are until the game starts on Sunday. We go by the training by the coaches, and after the training, the chairman and vice chairman, they all be coming to talk about try to win this game for us, and they will be telling us, when you win, this is how much they are going to give to each player. It's a promise. It's always a promise. So when you are able to win, you'll be rich in your pocket. The different things I see about Kotoko and House this time, how they fight and supporters fight, and when there's a problem, you see players throwing stones. Our time, it wasn't like that. This is the significant thing I've seen about House and Kotoko. Always there's a problem on the field of play. After the match, also there's always a big things happen that when I go to the field, I don't like it. I've not been too close to the team, so I haven't seen many changes. Only when they are coming to the field, you see them, and their bosses singing, and when they come out from they rush to the dressing room. Those are the things that I see. They have to train. They have to go by the coaches' training, and they all have to determine, because Kotoko and House, it's not whoever is in form. No, sometimes it's a luck. They will be missing a lot of goals, and all of a sudden, when one gets first goal, he wins the match. So one thing I'm hoping that my team Kotoko will win on Sunday. I will advise both sides that they should discipline themselves on the field. The people have paid money to come and look to see good game. So all football is always a win, draw, and lose. If one doesn't lose, or they don't draw, there will be one that will lose the game. And if you lose, take it easy, and there is going to be a second match, return match, and then you work hard against the second return match. With current players, I don't know them. I don't know them at all, because I have not been going to their matches, both sides, Kotoko and House. Very seldom I go to watch them. I hope Sunday we're all going to enjoy ourselves at the field of play.
So there you have it, another pod legend to have played 13 years with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, earning him another nickname as the Bulldozer. Afum, tell us, what does it take to be a striker or a forward with Kumasi Asante Kotoko?
I think it takes your boldness and how strong you are and how spiritual you are. Because
Spiritual?
playing, yeah. When I say spiritual, you know, sometimes you need to be prayerful.
Yeah.
Because playing for Kotoko is not easy. Sometimes you can't eat.
Wow.
Yes. Kotoko supporters are like, when you are a striker, every match you need to score.
You need to score. Yeah.
If the chance is 10, at least you need to score like 5. You can even score 2, and yet still they will give you that pressure. Why didn't you score 3?
Yeah.
So every blessed day, pressure, pressure, pressure. You can perform today, and tomorrow.
They fail to understand that you can't always have a good day.
Kotoko supporters are not like that. Always demanding. That is how they are. So you playing for Kotoko as a number 9.
Yeah.
You need to be strong.
But tell us, your days at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, which strikers did you meet? How were you able to survive this pressure you are talking about?
Well, I'm a strong person. I met 14 strikers at my time. It
14 strikers?
Yes.
Waiting for your 10?
Yes. It wasn't easy. And they were regular players too at that time. Players like Kabiru Moro, Louis Ajimai, Alessa Samoa, Kujo Pukumahala, Kobna Yaru, even Bafojan was there.
Wow.
I played Samed Opon. I mean, a lot. A lot. It wasn't easy.
Wow.
It wasn't easy at all. But at the end of the day, I managed to find my way into the team, and I was regular.
Forgive me if I want to make this comparison again, but you talk about the pressure at Kotoko with some intensity, as if there's no pressure playing for Heart. Is there pressure?
Do you know the two different things between Hearts and Kotoko is that Kotoko gives pressure. No matter what the situation is, Hearts supporters will encourage you.
Okay, so that is the difference.
Yes, whether you are good or bad. They have some terms. Has every day. Like,
that the morale is there.
Yes.
Okay.
They understand, let me say, they understand the game.
And know that you can't always be at your best. Okay.
You see those kind of things, they will encourage you. But you know, for Kotoko, no, we don't have time for that.
There's no time to waste.
No.
Okay.
We are not ready for that time. Our own is, you are being paid
to score goals. So just do it.
Just go there and deliver. Recently, I heard them giving Yakuba pressure and stuff. He should take it normal. That is how
it's just one of those things, eh?
You can score 30 goals in a season. Next season, if you score 10 goals, you have problems with them.
Okay.
That is how it is. But at the end of the day, you need to be strong and forget about this pressure and stuff and work.
Okay.
The other time I went to Accra Sports Stadium, I was watching Inter Alliance and Sharks. I was sitting there with some media men. I told them, who is this guy? And then they were like, Adebayo.
Victorian Adebayo.
Yeah. I told them this guy is a matured
Clear.
The standard bro, 2 teams in the forward. You know. When he picks ball, you could see. These are some of the things we are lacking in our football.
That maturity to play the game.
Yes.
Okay.
When you go to the park, or let's say when you are going to watch Inter-Alliance, whom are you going to watch?
Now it's Adebayo, because he's the one that is saving
Why
them every.
Adebayo?
He's not scoring to save them
It's not about
at
the
every
scoring.
time.
It's not about the scoring.
His style of play.
But when he picks ball, you could see the guy is matured. He can entertain the fans.
And get the results. Experience we will need as we go along in the 2019-2020 Ghana Premier League season. But preceding that big one on Sunday, Ghana's version of the El Clasico with the chunk to be played on Saturday, and then we'll leave Sunday for Ghana's greatest. And so on Friday is going to be West African Football Academy versus Liberty Professionals. And then later in the evening, Legon Cities will play Bechem United. On Saturday, there is a regional derby in the Bono Ahafo region. Brekum Chelsea will welcome Aduana Stars. Great Olympics will also play Inter Allies later in Accra. Then Ebusunya Dwarfs will play Dreams FC. That's the game later on Monday. Mediama SC will play Ashanti Go. That is a battle between the 3rd and 4th on the league table. Techim and 11 Wonders will welcome Karela United to Nana Fosujiabo, and then King Faisal at the Barbara Sports Stadium will play Elmina Sharks. Then on Sunday, we come and play Kumasi, ASANTE, KOTOKO, and Accra Hearts of Oak. So this is what we have for match day 6. I don't know which of the games you want to touch on before we talk about your former clubs.
Well, I think Chelsea
and
Aduana is going to be tough match.
Another Bono derby.
But I believe my guy, I know Yaya Mohammed is going to score.
Mediama SC against Ashgold in Takwa. Mediama in Takwa is beating everyone, almost everyone.
Mediama will win that match.
Okay, so Ashgold drew in the last game, and they are going. I mean, they lost to Chelsea and they will lose to Mediama again.
Yeah, for Takwa, now you can see.
Yeah, it's a no-go area.
When you go there, you will take it. Whether you like it or not, you take it. And I think it's good for the players. Because sometimes you need to put some fears in your opponent.
Yeah.
So I think that is what they are doing.
So you have it at the back of your mind that you are coming to Taka no matter what
You
happens.
lose.
Okay. So let's come to the big one on Sunday. Accra Hearts of Oak will welcome Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO. I think that both sides have helped themselves. Hearts won against Liberty, KOTOKO won against Dwarfs. But is it enough to tell us which side will win?
For me,
I know it's difficult,
for me, it's not difficult. For me, I think draw is good.
You think it's going to be a drawn game?
Yes.
Already you are predicting. What makes you think it's going to be a drawn game?
The two teams, those matches don't deal with form and stuff.
You have been there. We've always heard people say KOTOKO and Hearts is not about form, and you have also said it.
It's true.
So what entails, like, what really goes into a KOTOKO and Hearts game? If it's not your form that we see, then what is it? Tell us.
A lot of things goes on. A lot of things goes on before we come on the field to play.
So it has nothing to do with your performance? Is that what you're saying?
No. Even that very day, your best player will not even perform. Sometimes all the supporters are counting on one player. This player will do this. That day, he will flop. It will shock you. You'll be surprised. Because a lot of things.
They're not telling us, they're saying things. What things? What we know is that we come to the stadium to watch 11 players for each side. But if you tell us it's not about their form and things happen, what happens?
Let me tell you something. Even KOTOKO and Has, the food you will eat is even a problem.
For that week?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you understand? So that is why I'm saying a lot of things.
So the two clubs that you have watched or listened to commentary for the season, which of them have interested you so far?
Well, they are all doing well. They are all doing well. And I think the coaches are also doing well. And that day, I think people should not watch the players. They should watch the coaches. Because if they will win, it will come from the bench. Any team that will win that match, it will come from the bench.
Okay.
The players will receive their pressure. The coaches will also receive their pressure. Even boy.
Sometimes, do you remember what happens on the field after you have played Kotoko or Hearts? Do you remember what goes on during the 90 minutes?
90 minutes.
After the game, when you sit down with your colleagues, do you really remember what happens?
Sometimes after the match, you can't even eat. You understand? You can't even eat. You will be in the bars.
Whether you win or lose?
You can't even eat. You can't even sleep because you've overworked yourself. Some of the players, they can't stand that pressure. Some will try and take this energy drink. Some pressure can let someone take energy drink like 5, 6, 7. Some will take water in the dressing room. Some will go to private in the up and down. So Kotoko and Has is a powerful game. It's a game that people should not joke with it.
So tell us, finally, Kotoko, Hearts, 2 things they can do differently. Let's say if Hearts wants to win, what can they do differently to win on Sunday?
If they want to win the match,
they
should work hard.
Just work hard.
They should work hard. They should work hard.
And what will you tell Kotoko?
They should also work hard. Because, you know, let me tell you, you see this match, we are here talking about it or discussing about it. It will shock you by this time. We'll be able to go and match you. You understand?
I get you.
You see the players, they are the only person who knows what is going on the field. The striker may get the ball and then he will feel like this is the ball. He will play before he will realize, foolish boy, stupid boy, this. Not throwing the ball was here. But you see pressure.
So sometimes you can be absent-minded.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a pressure. You can even go off. Sometimes when we are playing and then the fans are making noise, we don't hear it. We only watch the football on the field. We don't hear what the supporters are saying. So unless something happens, or you spoil some ball and then before you see them shouting, before you realize,
you did something wrong.
Yeah, I say Mojashe, be now the Gina Park. Do you understand?
Yeah. Revealing interview we have had on the special edition of Beautiful Game, how it feels to don the colors of Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko at a point in time in your life. A lot of whom have said a lot to have described that clash as nice, as powerful. I don't know the adjective you would want for that big one on Sunday. So don't stay home, like he said. You need to watch that game. I have always said that Kotoko and Hearts is played hours before the 90 minutes. What happens, the euphoria within the first 2 hours is enough for you to want to watch that game. So we have to meet at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday after we have refreshed ourselves on Friday and Saturday. But Afun, before you leave us, you have anything you want to tell your colleagues or about the game on Sunday again?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is my advice to my co-players is that if you want to play Kotoko and Has, please, if it is Kotoko, play only Kotoko and move to different team. If it's Has, just play Has and move to different team. Don't try to play those 2 teams
at the same time.
At the same time, it's very dangerous. I know people will not understand me, but I know what I'm saying. Especially when you are not strong in prayers. Your spiritual background is not strong. It's very dangerous.
Eddie, I really enjoyed your interview. I'm very, very grateful for your time today, and I'm sure we'll meet again very, very soon.
I pray Oko United come back.
Oh, okay. So
that is
Sunday.
That is the team.
Now you are with Oko United.
Oko United. I don't support Manchester again. I support Oko United.
Okay. So Sunday, you are still saying it's going to be draw, or you want to change that prediction?
Draw. Draw.
So I want your prediction. Hearts versus Kotoko.
It's goalless.
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 Okay. I'll see you at the end of that game. Definitely at the stadium. But if it goes for Fabulous, you like it?
That is why I said draw.
If it goes for Phobia?
Draw. But I'll be happy if has win.
Okay, so we got him to tell us, finally, he still has a soft spot for Accra Hearts of Oak. And he says, goalless, but he'll be happy if Accra Hearts of Oak carries the day. I don't want to tell you about it. I want us to talk about it after 90 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. So let's meet on Sunday and let's see how that goes. Will it still be goalless, or Hearts will carry the day, or Kumasi Asante Kotoko will take all 3 points away to the Garden City? It has been an interesting edition of the beautiful game with me, Abigail Senaso. So a big thank you to Golden Hill Soccer Academy, giving the chance to little girls and boys who want to play football and have fun. And so get in contact with us and let's see how the season will go for you. Also to Big Depot, giving us drinks, food, cakes, however and wherever we want it. I'm most grateful to Salma Couture for my attire again today. I know I'm looking good. Thanks to ESK Collections for my makeup today. Shine, you are really making me shine, and I love my makeup. Thank you very much for joining us on this special edition. But football comes through this weekend from Friday. Great games on Saturday, and then on Sunday we sit and relax and watch Ghana's greatest, Ghana's finest lock horns at the Accra Sports Stadium to our version of the El Clasico. Let's meet and have fun, because this is our league.